Hello and welcome back to the Belief Course. I'm Katie J, and today we're going to dive into step 2 of how you can change your limiting beliefs into expansive ones. I'm so excited to dive in today. Let's begin. If you haven't watched the step 1 video, I highly encourage you to go back, watch step 1, and work through the homework associated with it. At the end of this module, I will share with you where you can post your homework in case you forgot. So, step 2 is to remember. So, once you realize that you have a limiting belief that is holding you back from being a vibrational match to the life that you desire, the next step is to remember how the universe works. So, we're going to get into a little bit of quantum physics and how the universe is made up and what laws govern the universe. So, law of vibration. Everything in this known universe is energy. So, the river outside my house, that is energy. I am made up of energy. The sounds that you're hearing from my voice, energy. Everything is energy. If you look at my arm in a microscope, you will not be able to tell the difference. Like a really powerful microscope, you will see that it is made of the exact same substances as this desk, as the air, as this microphone, as your phone. My body is made up of the exact same substances as everything else in this known universe. Now, clearly, I'm not getting super scientific on what that means because that's beyond the scope of this course. A book that I highly recommend to help you understand this is A Happy Pocket Full of Money by David Cameron Gikandi. In that book, he spends the whole first part of the book explaining quantum physics. So if any of this does not make sense to you, definitely go check out that book. I did the audiobook version of it and have listened to it multiple times. Love it. Highly recommend. So everything in this universe is made up of energy, right? Energetic space. Nothing differentiates any substance from the other than the information that it contains. But other than that, it's all energy. And that's all you need to know right now is that everything in this known universe is made up of the exact same substance called energy, and all of that energy has a particular frequency. My thoughts have a frequency, my words have a frequency, my belief has a frequency, my desired dream life has a frequency. Okay, everything is vibrating. There's a frequency. Imagine radio waves, right? Even though we can't see radio waves, you actually can't even access radio waves unless you have a radio. Okay, so it's the same way. The waves, the vibration, the frequency of your dream life exists in this reality. You just have to tune your radio to that station. Your radio is your body, the station is the frequency of your dream life. So, what's really important to know next is that yes, everything has a frequency, everything is vibrating, everything has a certain vibe or vibration in which it's embodying, including your dream life and including your current reality. Both of those have vibrations. They're probably not matching right now, which is why you're taking this course. The second thing you need to know is that like frequencies find each other. So, just like if you were to walk into a party with a bunch of high schoolers, you're going to notice that the jocks find each other and the goths find each other and the nerds find each other, right? Everyone's going to find people that match their frequency. It's the same way in this universe. Your frequency, what you believe, what you think, what you say, how you be and vibrate in this world will attract other things in this world, in this reality that match your vibration. The field is infinite. This web of energy that creates you and me and Earth and the galaxy, it's infinite, right? On my morning card pull in my from my Earth Magic deck, I pulled the Milky Way card, and it talks about how vast this universe is. It's mind-boggling how infinite, and this is just one of the universes that exist, right? There might be multiple universes that exist out there. The vastness of how far we are away from our sun, right? Infinite, infinite, infinite field of possibility and potential that we exist in this time-space reality. Now, remember, this is all scientifically proven, right? It sounds pretty woo, but it's all a part of quantum physics. So this isn't just some, spiritual jargon. This is actually legitimately the building blocks of the universe that we have found ourselves in this lifetime. So we're in a field of infinite possibility, an infinite field that is going in all directions. And it's like when I travel and I think about all the places and people that I will never see or meet, the communities, the states, the countries that are full of people, like infinite field, right? It is so many people. It's mind-boggling. So you are a part of this field and you too are infinite. These are very important truths for you to understand. Everything is vibrating, like attracts like, anything is possible. Anything is possible. If this universe can create a mountain, if it can create lakes, if it can create seasons and tides and babies from a single cell, it can bring you your dream life. Okay? Infinite possibility exists in this reality. Remember that. That's step 2, is to remember this. The other thing that's important to remember about this time-space reality is that the only time that actually exists is now. This is why affirmations work, and I'll get into that in just a second, and that's going to be later on in the course. But the only time that actually exists is now. Think about it. The past, you can't go back and do anything about it. You can't go back and change it. You can't go back and redo it, right? The past has already happened. It is not something that actually exists that we can touch and manipulate and change and have anything to do with. The future, you can't do that either unless you got a time travel machine, which I'm working on, right? I would love to go and interact in the future. Not a thing that we can interact with, not a thing that we can, I was going to say, not a thing that we can change. You can change the future, but how do you change the future? From the present, from this present moment. Even when you experience the future, you'll be experiencing it in the present moment. In A Happy Pocket Full of Money by David Cameron Gakandi, he goes into a really great explanation of time and explains it in a way that I think is really beneficial. So definitely go check that out. So that is why affirmations work, because the only time that ever exists is now. And if we live in a vibrational universe where like attracts like, why do affirmations work? Because when you are doing an affirmation, it's not really about the words that you're saying. It's about how the words make you feel. So I have all these money affirmations right here on my window, and I will look at them throughout the day and feel in my body, I am worthy of wealth. I am rich AF. Money comes, money flows, money supports. And if I am feeling that in my body, I'm feeling what it feels like to have money supporting me and to be in a state of wealth, then I am in that vibration. And if I'm in that vibration, then per the laws of the universe, I have to attract things that match that vibration. What does that look like? If I'm choosing to vibrate in the place of wealth, then that means that I'm attracting opportunities, I'm attracting conversations, I'm attracting people that will help me get there. Today, or yesterday rather, I got a text from someone. So I've had my van listed on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist for sale for the past several weeks. No hits, no interest, nothing, nada. Yesterday, I got a text that said, "Do you still have the all wheel drive?" And I was like, "Yes, I think they're talking about the van." I just had a phone call with this person who's going to help me sell it, right? Like he is interested in partnering with me to help me sell the van. And I was like, beautiful, brilliant. Because when I'm in the vibration of money comes to me with ease, the people, the conversations, and the situations to help bring in more money have to come. The universe has no choice. It's how the universe works. So how does this, relate to beliefs? Well, if you choose a belief to integrate through this process that I'm teaching you now, any belief, you can believe that money comes when you go for a swim. I had a client that was like, every time I get in the pool, more money comes in, right? If that's the belief that you have integrated into your body through this process, the universe has no other option but to reflect that back to you. But your job is to hold that belief as true right now in the present moment. This is the only time that you have, not in the future I'll be wealthy, in the future money will come to me, in the future I'll have my dream home, dream life, dream partner, whatever. No, right now, right now. That is why affirmations work, because right now, even though you might not fully believe it right now, if you're practicing the vibration right now, the universe has no other option but to reflect that back to you. And as you practice affirmations, um, again, I'm skipping ahead. Affirmations are going to be in a future module in this course, but when you practice affirmations, you are teaching your body how to normalize a new vibration. So of course it's going to feel weird, it's going to feel awkward, it's going to feel like I don't know how to do this, just like when you walk into a gym or a yoga class for the first time. It's a little fumbly and awkward, right? And you don't fully believe that you can do it. But over time, over repetition, which is another R that I'll talk about on another day, like I said, through repetition, you can train your body, train your vibration to be there more often and attract from there more often too. So in the present moment, the veil is thinnest between this reality and all possible realities. It is how you access the field of infinite possibility. You can do that when you are present. When you are present, when you are so often we are not present. So often you are ruminating over the past and feeling guilty for it or resentful or what have you. You're holding on to some anger from the past, which you're experiencing in the present moment, which is going to create the rest of your life in your future, right? So often we're living in the past, ruminating on the past, holding on to the past, and living in that vibration. Being in that vibration means that you attract other things that reflect what your past looked like. Or people are worried about the future. What if this happens? What if I don't have enough money to do this? What if I never find love? What if this, blah, blah, blah. And you project fears into the future by living in it now, by experiencing those fears and worry and anxiety now. But if you are fully present, if you are right here in the present moment, which is why we practice meditation, it's why we do breath work, right? When you are in the present moment, you are in a place where anything can happen. From this present moment, I can either throw myself out this window, close my laptop, I can take a sip of my tea, I can keep recording. There are infinite number of possibilities of what can happen from this present moment, right? But if I'm sitting here and I'm not present and I'm focused on the past or focused in the future, you lose your ability to create anything, to create an infinite from an infinite possibility, from a world of infinite possibilities. When you are in the past or you're focused on the future, you lose your ability to access that portal of infinite possibility. So that's why a lot of the work that I do is meditation. It's helping people come back to the present moment, to realize that in this present moment, all that there is abundance and love. And if you can tap into that on a more frequent basis, then guess what? Abundance and love is going to be reflected in your reality. Another truth that's really important for you to remember as you are integrating a new belief is that your desires are the universe's preview of what can and will and is supposed to happen in your life when you surrender. So often we see our desires and we think, I have to make it happen. I've got to hustle, grind, sacrifice, do whatever it takes to make that dream happen. When really, what is if it's a desire on your heart? Now, remember, there's a difference between a want and a desire. I might want to, this is an example. Let's say you want to be famous, but really the deepest desire that's underneath that is that what you really want is to feel love, right? And that's ultimately what your desire is. And if you can say, I don't really care how that love comes, if it comes through fame, if it comes through partnership, if it comes through a community, great, I don't care. I surrender and I let the universe bring that to me through the path of least resistance. That is surrender. That is you saying, I don't have to do all the work. In fact, I don't have to do anything other than believe that I can have this and believe that I'm worthy of this. Okay. So if it's a desire on your heart, meaning a deep soul centered desire, which sometimes takes some time to uncover, right? Like I said, we have these wants that are a reflection of what we see in our physical reality as possibilities of fulfilling that desire. For example, I might want money to come through my business so that I can, or I might want money to come through my business, but deep down, my desire is just that I'm supported by money. I don't actually truly care if it comes through my business or if it comes through an inheritance. I don't care. Universe, I surrender. Bring me my desire through the path of least resistance. Sometimes that's through my business. Sometimes that's through another one of my businesses, like dog sitting or renting out my van. Sometimes that money comes through a job that I hold in the community, right? I don't care how the money comes. I just desire that the money is supporting me. And your desires are the universe's preview of what can happen when you surrender and say, universe, bring it to me through the path of least resistance. I admit that I don't know how that is. I don't know what that is. I don't actually really care to know. I don't need to know. I just need to know that it can come and that it will come. Okay, time for your homework. This is one of my favorite activities to do with limiting beliefs. Pick one of your limiting beliefs from the homework in the last module and then disprove it. Just pick one limiting belief at first and then disprove it. And by disprove it, I mean, is this limiting belief ultimately an ultimate truth of the universe? We talked about a few of the ultimate truths of the universe, like everything is vibrating, like attracts like, you're a part of this infinite field of possibilities. If the universe can create a galaxy and keep all the planets in perfect alignment from one another, then it can probably bring you your dream life, right? So it is, look at these laws of the universe, these truths of the how our universe is made up. And then look at your limiting belief. Is it ultimately true that there are no good men, women, or people out there to date? Is it ultimately true with the billions of people that are on this planet? Is it ultimately true that there is not somebody out there who could be your partner or one of your partners or whatever? And then write out the truth. This belief is BS because there are 7 billion people on this planet, maybe more. I don't know. There are billions of people on this planet, and the likelihood that there's nobody out there, not a single one person that could be in partnership with me for the rest of my time on earth is bullshit, right? Like there's no possible way that that could even be true. Or this belief, let's think of another one, another limiting belief. Money is the root of all evil. Money changes people, right? Let's say that's a belief that you have. Write out, this belief can't be true because there are people who have lots of money who are wonderful people. Maybe you know some of them and you can list them out. I can list my parents, for example. They are loving, very generous people with their money. They tithe every single week. They give 10% of their money to the church. They create scholarships for people. They put my brothers and I through college with that money, right? They're not, that's an example. So that's another thing you can do to disprove these beliefs, is provide an example for yourself that disproves the belief. So it can't be true that money changes people and that money is the root of all evil when money has done all these amazing things for me so far in my life. Or I can see an example of philanthropists who are using their money for good. But remember, you can't use your money for good if you don't have money, right? So another example, if this belief were true, that would mean blank. And that's ridiculous because our universe is abundant. Our universe is infinite. Our universe is creative, right? These are just some examples of how you can disprove your limiting beliefs. You need to do this because your ego will tell you these limiting beliefs all day long. And then it's your job to be like, you are a dumb bitch. Talking to your ego, right? Like, look, this is what's actually the case. And remember, in our last homework, you wrote out why these limiting beliefs or how these limiting beliefs served you in the past. And so now we're disproving these limiting beliefs and saying this actually isn't true because of X, Y, and Z reason. And you might need to remind your subconscious of this a few times, but journaling it out is a great first step. So disprove your belief, and then do that for 10 more beliefs. All right. Do that for all of your beliefs if you want to. But as you are updating your beliefs, this is the process that I go through to first identify that you have the limiting belief, realize what's going on, and then remember the truth about how the universe works. If I believe this, that will be reflected in my reality, right? If I believe that I will never be the president of the United States, then that will be reflected in my reality. Whereas if I say, if this is true, that I could never be the president of the United States, then that would be absolutely, then that would mean that um, maybe that's not the best stem sentence example for this one. I was going to say, like, this belief can't be true. Maybe that's a better one. This belief can't be true because I can do anything that I set my mind to. If I believe it, it has to be reflected in my reality. Okay. So do this homework. And then if you are inside of Breathwork House, yep, I have t-shirts for Breathwork House. If you are inside of Breathwork House and you're watching this after it's launched on April 20th of 2023, then you can go ahead and take your butt over to the community courses section underneath Welcome Home. There's community courses. And in the community courses, you will see that there's the belief course hanging out, ready to go. And what I want you to do is then toggle over to the homework plus questions tab and post your homework there. Here's my video to homework for hashtag TBC, the belief course, so that we can keep track and see what everyone's homework is, how they have disproved their beliefs, and hopefully that will help you to get more ideas of ways that you can disprove your beliefs as not true. So like I said in the last video, the doors to Breathwork House and the Moon membership inside of Breathwork House will all open up on 4/20/2023. I'm so freaking excited. As you can see, it's a really beautiful and rich community that I'm creating in here, where we'll have like a welcome sequence up here. You'll have events and circles that will gather under every new moon and do journaling, community shares, meditation, breathwork, etc. You can also share prayer requests and receive some support, and I'll be praying for you. And then, of course, there are courses available inside of this community as well, where you can share homework, discuss with other people, ask questions, etc. Really beautiful community for spiritual seekers who are looking to double their peace, who are looking to increase their clarity, who are looking to be around other spiritual people who maybe have left a religion or grew up in a religious paradigm like the United States and are looking to kind of flush out all of that conditioning to get back to a place of infinite possibility, back to a place of being in alignment with source, being in alignment with the path of least resistance and the desires and the calling and the mission that you are here to experience in this lifetime. That is what this community is all about. Of course, based on breath work, we'll be doing lots of breath work together. And I'm really excited about this launch going forward. So next video, you'll see step 3 is to release through spiritual and somatic shadow work is what I call it. Spiritual and somatic shadow work. That's what we're going to talk about in the next video. And I look forward to seeing your homework inside of the Breathwork House community. I look forward to holding space for you inside of the Breathwork House community. And I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.